BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? All right, so there has been a lot of, I'm going to say exactly what video it is, because I don't think people know what they're watching. They're just sending me comments and complaining, and their complaints don't make any sense with the context of the video that I put out. It's the entire story about Lesandro Guzman-Feliz has changed. All right, so let me explain why. Let me read some of the comments first, so we can be clear, so we can understand why some of these people are just either not comprehending the video. They're just not comprehending the reasoning for the video. Somebody very intelligently, Nelson Galvez, says, I think the second story is completely bogus. I disregard it. All right, so they was paying attention to what I was doing. Another person, Paczilla, poor reporting. You crazy to say he got stabbed by only one person. Look at the video before reporting, bro. He obviously didn't pay any attention to what the video was saying, and he just commented. Like, y'all can't, like, okay. If you're gonna, while you watch any YouTuber or any program, whatever, that you feel like you're gonna put input back on, you can't be doing a million different things or watch half the video, because you're not going to have the proper context. Hold on, I'm just want to say, before I add the proper context to what the video was saying, let me just go over a couple of more of these comments and call up. Somebody else says, BBN, stop making shit up. Ramon Nunez, right? Another one says, somebody put me on, RR1000, says military dude received medical discharge, meaning he pussy out of the army. Now, that's good information. Somebody else that listened to the fucking story, Erica's Tarot. She says, nobody, not even me, believes that bullshit second story. The first story, true, 100% real. That horse set him up. All right. So I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with those points. What I'm saying is that these are people that actually listen. Let me get that. These are people that actually listen to the fucking video instead of just seeing the video. Okay, here we go. Here go another one. Brian Watt says, shaking my head, I'm from the block. This dude got it all wrong. Idiot facts. What he told in this video was all wrong. They was out looking for rivals. It wasn't about no girl on video. Do your research, clown. It's B, what's this fool's talking? I don't know what the fuck that last sentence is supposed to say. Okay, so let me explain what the fucking video was about to everybody who just has no idea. I did no stories on this video for a very specific reason. A lot of y'all have never been in trouble with the NYPD. A lot of y'all have never actually followed stories from the NYPD. So y'all don't know. That's why a lot of people who actually covered what was going on in the story are not from New York, because they don't know no better. They don't know that the NYPD, they don't tell you shit. You understand what I'm saying? The NYPD don't tell you anything. The freaking CBS, NBC, ABC, all of these big news organizations, they're working side by side with the NYPD half of the time. And all of this started way back in, because they fucked up a couple of stories, real big stories. One was the what's the dude that shot the young black kid in the subway? Bernard Getz. One starts back with the Bernard Getz story. That was a lot of problems with the way that the story was disseminated through the news. So the news, the police don't always give the right information, or they usually don't give any information. I didn't want to carry the story because I didn't think that we were going to get the right information, and that's why I didn't want to carry the story. Another story that messed it up is, if anybody remembers, Heidi Nussbaum, I believe that was the lady that her and her husband illegally adopted a child, and then they molested the child and did all types of different stuff. They adopted two children illegally, and then they molested the young girl and did all types of terrible stuff to her. It was horrible. That wasn't given to the press the appropriate way, and there was problems because it wasn't given out right. Another story is the Central Park 5. That was fucked up so bad that fucking 5 kids went to jail for like 20 years. So when I tell you that the NYPD don't always give information to the news, they don't always give information to the news. So as soon as this thing started, I was very hesitant on trying to give any type of stories on it. I was very hesitant on trying to make videos for it because I understand that the NYPD is not going to tell us anything. Okay? Now, what I did on the video was the initial story that came out, and whether anybody knows it or not, after the initial story came out, like 5 other stories came out, but nobody is paying attention to this because everybody is thinking that what up, Kenyatta, Miss Peterson, because everybody is thinking that the first story that came out, they're not realizing that 3 more stories came out on top of that first story. You understand what I'm saying? The first story is that one kid stabbed him. That's what I said. The first story was one kid stabbed him. That was the first story. You understand what I'm saying? They were beating him up. Then one kid stabbed him. Then they all fled. You understand what I'm saying? That was the first story. The video that I made was about how the stories have changed. And that's why I didn't make a video on it. So for everybody that's coming in talking about, he don't know what he's talking about, you didn't pay attention to what I said the video was about. You're just so busy ready to just come in and throw shade that you pay absolutely no attention, or you lack comprehension skills. So no matter what I say or do, you're just so emotionally involved that you just can't think right. But I in no way, I made it very clear that I was contrasting one story from the other. The story started. This is what I said. The story started. The initial story was some girl. No. What up, Andres? The initial story was, so we could just be clear one more time. The initial story was the boy was walking through the street. The gang saw him, confused him with another guy. Then they chased him. No, they went and they dragged him out of. Nobody even said the initial story didn't even say they chased him to the store. The initial story said that they dragged him out of the store like they saw him in the store to begin with. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, they dragged him out of the store. They were beating him up. One of the guys stabbed him. That was the initial story. Now, if you don't know what the initial story was because you weren't following the story when it first happened, that don't got shit to do with me. I was following the story from the rip. I just didn't make a video. That was the initial story. Then it came out. The reason why the gang did this was because some girl said that dude did whatever he did. That was after the fact. When the initial story came out, it was gang violence. All right? Nobody even knew. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't even know what the story was. So anyway, the last story that came out was it had nothing to do with the girl. Now, this is the one I absolutely don't believe. It had nothing to do with the girl. They just saw him. And he's part of they thought, or he is part of a rival gang, and they attacked him. Now, I don't believe that at all for numerous different reasons. The number one reason I don't believe that is, why would he be in a rival gang territory walking around with his fucking flip-flops on like he just going to the store and he lives up the block? He wouldn't be in a rival gang. You understand what I'm saying? If you live in the neighborhood, you're part of that gang. You're not part of another gang that's from somewhere else to the point where they're going to murder you. You understand what I'm saying? So these people, exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. So there's people coming in my comments on the video that I made, and they're attacking me, telling me I don't know what I'm talking about, and all I'm doing is telling you that there's a whole bunch of different stories out there, and then I'm telling you about some of the different stories that are out there. Hold on, let's go look at some of these people. Y'all could go to the story and see it for yourself. The entire story of Lesandro Guzman-Feliz has changed. The fucking title says it's changed. Like the title of the video. I don't understand these people. I don't understand these people. This is not a regular live that I'm doing. I'm tired of seeing these comments, and I'm not responding to them no more. I'm not responding to not another one of these comments, period. This other guy, Crate Digger, keeps saying, mate, with all respect, you might as well do a correction video. I don't need to do a correction video because I didn't get anything wrong. I'm just telling you the differences between the two stories. That's it. Or the differences between where the story started and where it's at now. Because it's more than two stories. And somebody else, Sarah BV, said the story has not been told yet. And then one guy doesn't even know what an EMS truck is. Asks me, do I mean it's an ambulance? Some David Rosenberg. Motherfucker, an EMS truck. How do you not know what an EMS truck is? I live in New York City. We don't call them ambulances all the time. Most of the time we call them EMS. You might not live, your name is Rosenberg. I'm assuming you do live in New York City or Israel. So you should know what an EMS truck is. Also, I used to work security. When you calling for freaking medical assistance, they don't say call an ambulance. They say call EMS. Motherfucker. This is proof the store owner gave him up. No more talk. I don't know. I think the store owner, I think the store owner didn't think that they were going to kill the boy. That's what I think. Dude with the red shirt slit Junior's neck as he ran out the store. Your story is not 100. I never said he didn't. You understand what I never said he didn't. I never said he didn't. I never said none of this stuff didn't happen. So for him to say that is like, what are you talking about? Yo, you repeatedly stabbed by all except for 2. I didn't say that he didn't. I'm talking about how it started off as one story and then now it's a different story. That's it. These people, like, and then it's just this is retarded. Like, I'm not responding back to any more of these comments, by the way. So if people want to come leave these comments, I'm just going to leave them. I don't care if other people look at them and think that they're real. The comments are just, I don't know if the people are just so emotionally attached to the situation that they can't understand English. Maybe, and this is not no disrespect, but maybe English isn't their first language. So they're missing out on some of the nuances of my speech. I have no idea. No offense, but you better inform yourself a bit more before you continue to report. One more time, I'm talking about how the story initially started, and then with, yo, you understand, y'all? What's up, JR? You understand? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm just talking about where the story started and the last alleged story that came out. That's it. I'm just saying that this is why I didn't report on the story. Literally, that's what I said. Let's see. Let's listen to the intro real quick. I literally said that. Like, literally, that's why I said that I didn't follow the story. So this is another, like, I look at people sometimes and I'm not a dick. I'm really not a dick, but sometimes people just say shit and I'm like, are you serious? Okay, why don't they let the damn video play? Hold on. Drop all of that. Hold on. I'm gonna play the beginning of the video where I straight up say that this is why I didn't follow the story. And I just explained to y'all in the beginning of this video in graphic detail. Everybody that was wondering why I didn't jump on the Junior story, the young man that got killed after getting dragged outside of the store, I'm going to explain why. And I'm going to also explain why a lot of these YouTubers out here, these YouTube creators that want to jump on stories and be the first one to get on the story before anybody else get on the story, sometimes only disseminate the facts, emotionless facts. Because to be honest with you, everybody could be lying and you could be helping the devil. Let's have some integrity about ourselves. So then what do I go on to do after that? After that, I go on to explain how the story has changed, how it was one thing in the beginning and now how it's another. That's all I go to do. That's it. Like, it's crazy, y'all. Anyway, so live stream. What's up? Exactly, you feel me? Like, the whole entire video is basically explaining why I didn't cover the story and why I'm not covering the story. The whole video. You understand what I'm saying? And now I'm making a second video talking about the same damn thing because the first video was obviously lost on a ton of people. Exactly. Selective hearing. Thank you, Andres. Selective hearing. This shit is retarded. This shit is retarded. It just doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense that somebody can say one thing and then other people can hear something so much different. Like I'm saying, this is what they said the first time. You can't then say that I don't know the facts. Like, what the fuck is wrong? I'm just saying that this is what they said the first time, and now they're saying something different. You can't then go tell me, oh man, I'm done with this, yo. That's why I'm not covering the story. I feel bad for his family. I feel bad for his loved ones, everybody that loved this young man. It's just, that was definitely a tragedy. I don't know how I would deal with something like that happening to somebody that I loved. I don't know how the people that love me would deal with something like that happening to me. That was terrible. He had nothing to do with anything. He was literally just an innocent bystander. Them dudes is not going to enjoy prison life. I'm telling you right now. They're not. What's up, Kanisha? They're not going to enjoy prison life. It's going to be terrible for them. There's certain stories that I just don't cover, and one of the main reasons is because of the Kanika Jenkins situation. I got a Kanika Jenkins playlist if anybody want to see it. You don't got to, but those are actually some of my better doing videos. So a lot of people actually agree with those videos and like my input on those videos. But I stopped doing Kanika Jenkins shortly after it started because there was no new real information. You understand what I'm saying? The same thing that's happening in this case happened in that case because but it happened at a different level. See, in the beginning, the police was allowing for information. Well, the police couldn't prevent certain information from getting out. We were reporting on that information. After a while, the police stopped letting information get out. Once the police stopped letting information get out, there was nothing new to report, so I stopped reporting on it. As soon as this happened, I already knew that the NYPD, they don't play that shit. Y'all niggas that don't live in New York City, y'all don't understand. Them niggas don't play that shit. They hold information like a mother. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you how much they hold information. Now that they see that some people got arrested because of the thing that happened with this young man. There's another young man that was attacked like 6 months ago. The shit never showed up on the news as far as I know. Now, all of a sudden, the news is running that story also because now the NYPD is seeing that they can actually get help catching some of these gang members through the news. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, they don't do this. You understand what I'm saying? They don't allow information out. So a lot of people don't know this. So when a lot of the people that was actually following this case is not from New York City, they don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, there's like 3 or 4 different things that's happened in New York City since I started doing YouTube that I wanted to cover. But what I do is I don't try to be the first person out with it. I wait. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. So I wait. And I saw that the information wasn't being disseminated appropriately. Like it was too many what ifs on all the time. Just like with this case, there's a lot of what ifs. You understand what I'm saying? Like the only stuff that they're dead on is the stuff that they saw on the video camera. Everything else is just all types of different what ifs. You understand what I'm saying? The only thing that they're 100% clear on is the shit that they can deny. That's what the NYPD do. You understand what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I don't know what to say about, you know, I feel bad for this young boy and his family. Well, no, nobody deserves to die like that, alone on the street, bleeding to death. I don't know this kid, but he damn sure, I don't think he deserved that. Like, who deserves that, yo? That's all I got on this. I just wanted to drop that. I didn't mean to make it take 20 damn minutes to say this bullshit. But yo, look, please, any people that want to criticize the video, I don't have a problem with that. Exactly. Thank you, Kanisha. There's way too much going on. There's just way too much shit going on. It's just facts. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's all my video was saying. That's my point. That's all my video was saying. Like, there's way too much stuff going on. Nobody knows which way to go on it. That's all the video was saying. That's it. I'm going to have a live stream back up right now. It's 2 o'clock Eastern time, 2:07. I should be having a live stream, should be back up at 5 o'clock. Also, Morning Coffee is on once again We will be doing morning coffee in the mornings at 9:20, Monday through Thursday. I don't know if we're going to do a Friday. If we get good viewership Monday through Thursday, we'll start doing Friday. But morning coffee is back on starting tomorrow. And with that being said, I'll be back at 5 o'clock. And anything in specific that anybody wants to discuss, leave it on the bottom of this video. And we'll discuss that type of stuff, right? Or you could just, like, I'm on Twitter. Like, anybody that's on Twitter, I'm on Twitter. You can just send me messages. You can just DM me. Follow me and DM me. I'm on Twitter. Twitter is, this is my Twitter. That's my Twitter. Oh, shit. I didn't even hit the damn thing so I could put the damn thing in the damn thing. That was crazy. This is my Twitter. All right? Is that spelled right? Is that an 8? Is that an 8? No, it's a damn S in the wrong spot. Hold on. This is my Twitter right here. How did I do that? Because I'm never looking at the keyboard, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so, or paying attention. I'm smashing the buttons. Yo, I'm just straight up front. Like, I'm not ashamed of shit. Anyway, so that's my Twitter. Y'all can always just DM me anytime y'all want me to, like, do when 5 o'clock is when the lives will be going up from now on. Every day at 5, every day at 9:20. Depending on how well those go, I'll have one up in the late evening or at night. Also, I would love to have a night show, but we see how it works out. All right, and we see how much viewership the lives get. Anyway, so like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombs. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.